Hi guys. The less you love a woman, the more she likes you. This principle, established by one of the world's classics in his work, has been working for centuries in modern society. Why do women despise nice guys and prefer all kinds of jerks? Because nice guys are predictable, while bad guys are unpredictable. Nice guys conform to the behavior model imposed on them by women. As a result, they become predictable, easily controlled and manipulated, which greatly reduces their attractiveness to women. Established stereotypes in the modern world are: it is believed that women want rich, successful, polite guys with good careers and wealth. But these are stereotypes imposed by society and the film industry. In reality, women, like children, are easily programmable and ready to accept you as you are, but guys accept the rules of the game set by women, and that's the problem. Women test their boyfriends for masculinity. They test what their men are willing to do for them. And if they see that a man is willing to do anything for them, he immediately loses value in their eyes, because it shows that he is a weak leader. By nature, a woman seeks a leader. She wants masculine qualities, and masculine qualities are synonymous with leadership. If you bend over backwards for a woman, she won't respect you, and you automatically lose value in her eyes. Take for example lions. A lioness, for instance, she is a strong woman in her own right, and lioness will never settle for a weakling as her companion. Only a strong lion can be her companion, who with his masculine charisma suppresses her feminine desires. And you have to act confidently with them. You have to offer her your plan for date, and you should know what you want to get at the end of your date. You should give her to know what you want to get after your meeting. If she does not meet your expectations, don't waste much time on her. In other words, you should set priorities. You should not only show the woman that you are a leader, but you should be the leader in your relationship. You should become strong and confident, and you should have self-respect first of all. Never disrespect yourself, under any circumstances. You have to work out your self-confidence and suppress inner adoration towards your woman. Women will smell your inner mood, and if they feel you are excited while seeing her, she'll understand you are a low-ranked guy and reject you. Cause this is the most wide problem for men. When they see nice woman, they become excited, their mood raises up. And women understand you are not lucky with women. You already lose this game even before it started. You should have a plan and you should see her reaction. Avoid deer dances and uncertainty. When you put her with a fact, the woman will immediately show you her true attitude towards you, and you will understand whether it's worth spending time on her. In general, you should be able to sense her non-verbal cues. They almost never say directly what they think because they don't know what they want, but they know they want a confident guy. And if you are confident in yourself, you will see her true attitude towards you. Either she'll reject you right away. If you are not confident in your actions, she'll start playing games with you and keep you at distance just in case. If she initially didn't want to build a relationship with you, she will start dragging it out. Uncertainty kills your masculine self-esteem. And for guys who practice semen retention, there are categories of women to avoid. These are the categories of problematic women. There are various types of semi-naked girls. This implies promiscuity and a lack of boundaries. They dress very provocatively or excessively sexually. Those who have an extensive sexual history and multiple past partners. Excessively public women who love parties, nightclubs, as well as group interest gatherings, rider chicks, and other extreme activities. Those ones with constant attention on social media by posting provocative photos, emotionally unstable women as well as narcissistic women. You should understand the person and what they are willing to do for you. You can program women to meet your requirements if they sense your confidence and strength. However, it's better to avoid women from the above-mentioned categories, as you can put a lot of energy trying to change a person with no result. Your woman should adore you. You should be the best guy in the world for her. If that's not the case, don't expect anything from such relationships. And semen retention allows you to take a pause and step back from actively seeking a sexual partner. And then you become mysterious to women. You start to attract them with your uniqueness. Because for most guys, they just drop and they drool and they are ready to shower beautiful women with compliments. They are blind by sexual desire, drooling their jaws drop. He saw a woman in short skirt and immediately lost self-control and runs after her like a puppy. You understand? These guys are weak. He may talk about how cool he is in front of his friends, boast about it, but when he sees a woman, he immediately loses self-control and chases after her. This is vagina dependence, guys. And then he whines, why did that bitch leave him? And you're the opposite of that. You win, but you must remain firm when women start attacking you, because you can lose your way, melt and turn into a hunter for a woman again and get caught in deer dance. As soon as you feel signs of a deer round dance, immediately distance yourself. If she does not adore you, if she does not think you are the best man in her life, kick her out, send her to hell. Don't waste your time, send her to hell right away. Such relationships will not lead anywhere. Don't be afraid to say no to a woman, and don't be afraid to lose her. It's better to lose a woman than to lose self-respect, because if you lose self-respect, you lose both, self-respect and a woman. This should be the main principle. In general, guys, if a woman does not consider you the best man and can somehow morally degrade you, then there is nothing to catch in such a relationship anymore. If she said something derogatory about you, put her immediately on her place. And women don't respect men who are willing to do anything for them. They consider them to be dear, guys. They really consider them to be dear. If you are willing to do anything for a woman, willing to give money, willing to buy her gifts, if your status allows it, maybe she'll be your woman, but she won't respect you. She'll see you as a source of income. She'll simply consider you a cow to milk and sooner or later leave you for someone more successful. I had a school friend, a very good friend, but he was so audacious. He loved boxing and was very confident and audacious guy. So brash. When I walked with him on the street, it was quite scary because he would just walk down the street, and let me tell you guys, even if someone like him was walking on the other side of the street across the road, such guys could not just pass by. They would definitely see one another and beat the face to each other. I mean, that guy was very impudent. There was such a story about that guy when he went to a bar, and in that bar he got into an argument with another guy because he easily found conflicts even where they could not have originally been. And in that bar he smashed a bottle over that guy's head. You know, it was a lot of blood, and they took that guy to the infirmary. They bandaged his head there, and then that wounded guy comes back to the bar with the crowd of his friends. And those friends of that wounded guy come to my friend and try to tell him that he was wrong. And he told them, "Do you want me to smash a bottle over his head again?" And none of those guys dared to continue the conflict with him, they just backed down. Well, he was very audacious, such a jerk. But as a friend, he was a good friend, he was reliable. Even though I hit him several times during an argument, he didn't retaliate, even though he could have easily beaten me up. If you were his friend, you were like a brother to him. And he was very reserved with us, with his buddies. But on the street, he was a troublemaker, you know. He behaved like a jerk, even though deep down, he was not one. He was a normal guy, but just audacious. I remember in school his hand was often bandaged, and that meant he had beaten someone's face and broke his fist. He was a hero in our class and other guys looked up to him. And one time he got into a big mess. He was met by several people and several cars, and they beat him up cruelly, really badly. He lay on the sidewalk for some time, but somehow he survived, and even after that he remained audacious. And he was my school friend with whom I studied. He was a lion by nature. But why am I telling you all these guys? This guy was so confident in himself that he had no shortage of women. They just swarmed around him like bees. Wherever he went, all the girls were after him. I mean, he was so confident in himself that he had no problems with women. They literally flocked to him. His behavior model really struck me, because I couldn't afford to behave like him because society's stereotypes influenced me. Like something kinda cool guys are bad. I could not copy his behavior model, and in general, not everyone can afford such a behavior. But we can understand the principle from this, that women like cool, confident guys, who does not show them much respect, and they fall for such guys. And often these guys end up in prison because they are too straightforward and too cool. They are not willing to compromise their principles. And among criminals, there are many of these brutal guys who have very high self-confidence and who have great success with women. That's a fact, guys. And if you wanna interact with women, you have to learn from such guys, but it's not that easy. Overall, when I started studying this, I realized that developing such qualities is not so easy, and it's better to stay true to yourself and improve your skills. The thing is, women sense your emotional condition and endurance. If you try to imitate it, they'll reject you. Women are just like us. They are very diverse, but their feminine nature is the same for all women. Don't chase after every attractive woman. Find the category of women who like you for who you are, and it'll be much easier to interact with such women. But in general, modern conditions have greatly spoiled women. 40–50 years ago, there was patriarchy when men were the heads of the family. In Western civilization, the institution of family has been broken. Women have achieved equal rights, and in fact they have even more rights now. And in past, the man was the head of the family, the provider of resources, the provider of money, and the master of the house, while the wife took care about the household and the children. And if, God forbid, a woman cheated on her husband, he would kick her out of the house. She could even be kicked out and beaten with disgrace. And in some countries she could be killed, and this still happens in some regions. And that is why women never left their husbands, because it was not welcomed by society and families were strong. Women have achieved equality, and this so-called equality is destroying modern civilization because it's no longer shameful for a woman to cheat on her husband, and it is advantageous for her. As soon as you enter into a marriage with a woman, you burden yourself with obligations that put you in a dependent position. Even if your wife cheats on you, she has the advantage because in divorce she'll take away most of the property. Usually the children stay with the woman. She simply kicks the man out, takes away his property, and then he will have to pay her alimony from his income. And most of us grew up in such families without a father or with a stepfather. So then the woman goes to another man and does the same thing. Nowadays, it's advantageous for women to cheat. They deliberately build their careers on marriages with men. It's enough to have an attractive appearance, and she can exist comfortably at the expense of men. And now most divorces are initiated by women. So guys, it's not easy to find a wife in Western countries right now. Especially when you're at 20–30 years old. Sexual attraction is very strong. And many have a fear of not finding a girlfriend or being left alone. And this makes you act and look for a woman. And you come across bitches who drain your energy. That's how the matrix works. It transmits your fears to you. In reality, the longer you abstain, the stronger you become. Sexual desires do not overshadow your mind, and you can choose women to communicate with based on criteria that are important to you. Guys, some of you need to go through some experience because hormones are putting a lot of pressure on you right now. That's why many of you need to gain experience in communicating with women. Right now you are gaining theoretical knowledge, but in the process of communication you will gain practical confirmation of your knowledge. And at least you know what to expect and what awaits you in marriage. And there are women who pretend to be good, but then in the process of communication with them, this female bitch essence comes out. They wanna fix you. They wanna suppress you. Therefore, here you need to specifically develop masculine charisma, and if you didn't have it initially, it is very difficult to do without abstinence, guys. Therefore, you must clearly understand what you are abstaining for. It is to feel independence, because when you depend on women, you play by their rules. Women can do without sex more, and it's not of primary importance to them. But for men, it burns inside them. And sex is very necessary, and many are obsessed with it. Finding a normal unspoiled woman has become very difficult, guys. The weak side of men is that they are prone to sex, guys. The male mind is constantly thinking about sex. This is our weak side, guys. Our mind is like a lustful dog, and we are ready to tear apart anything that moves. It's like a moth flying into a flame and burning in it. Women can easily do without sex, and this is their main trump card, their advantage. You need to subdue sexual energy no matter what. Find the strength to control this energy. And this yields significant results. So guys, semen retention is a real solution to all this chaos of modern life. This is my message for today. Thank you for watching. Thank God. Good luck you all. Bye.